Knight f6 develops the knight toward the center and controls the d5 and e4 squares. g3 prepares to fianchetto the light-squared bishop to g2, where it will control the center from the long diagonal. The bishop is ready to be developed to an active square. This fianchettos the bishop by placing it on a powerful diagonal. Out comes the bishop and into the battle. Castling gets the king out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Both kings are castled and ready for the middle game. There were worse moves, but also something much better. The bishop is ready to be developed to an active square. Developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. This kicks a knight. This move puts the knight on a safer square. This protects the attacked pawn. A solid choice. Black develops the knight and attacks the center. This is a fair move. After all captures, this is an equal trade. A solid recapture by white, bringing a new piece into play. Very precise. This moves the bishop to a better location, allowing it to control more squares. This moves the bishop to a more active square, making it gain scope. This blocks an attack on a pawn. This is not the right idea. White's piece has moved to a square with greater activity and control. This develops the bishop and gives it scope on the long diagonal. A very strong play. Advancing the pawns in front of the king can compromise the king's safety. One of the best moves. There were worse moves, but also something much better. White's knight has moved to a square with greater activity and control. This overlooks an opportunity to kick a knight. This allows the opponent to sacrifice a knight for a nice tactic. The knight was sacrificed, a stunning move. This misses a better way to tactically win a knight. Now black can't stop white from winning a pawn if they make the right moves. This attacks a queen, winning a tempo when it moves away. The pawn is now passed because it can no longer be challenged by pawns as it tries to promote. This steps away from the checking queen. This misses a better way to increase a bishop's scope by moving it to a better square. This leads to losing a knight. The rook was sacrificed, a brilliant move. This wins a knight. This captures a free rook. Recaptures. This is the strongest option. Takes back. This threatens to trade down material. This is the way to win a knight. This evades the check from the queen. A solid choice. This develops a piece while also winning a tempo on a bishop. White will be winning material with that fork. This steps away from the checking queen. This is the only good move. This move puts the queen on a safer square. This steps away from the checking queen. That was a free knight. This defends the attacked pawn. White will be winning material with that fork. This wins time by threatening a knight and forcing it to move away. Capturing that rook wins material. With this recapture, black introduces a new piece to the game. A very strong play. This evades the check from the queen. This moves the queen to safety. This steps away from the checking queen. One of the best moves. A solid choice. White activates the last piece, bringing all pieces into play. That's fine. A very strong play. This evades the check from the pawn. This protects an underdefended pawn that is under attack. The pawn is now adequately defended. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This is an equal trade. Recaptures from a previous move. This activates the king in the endgame by getting it off of the back rank. Right on target. Very precise. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. This evades the check from the queen. One of the best moves. A solid choice. This is the strongest option. A very strong play. Right on target. This evades the check from the queen. Very precise. This offers an equal trade of pieces. Black finds a nice tactic with just seconds to spare, winning a pawn. This blocks the check from an opposing queen. This is a nice tactic found in time trouble, winning a pawn. This creates a pawn chain, linked pawns that form a strong structure. This is a fair move. This evades the check from the queen. That's fine. This is the strongest option. Black finds a nice tactic with just seconds to spare, winning a pawn. This stops the opponent from being able to tactically win a pawn. One of the best moves. This steps away from the checking queen. A solid choice. Right on target. A very strong play. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. Very precise. This is the strongest option. This steps away from the checking queen. This defends the attacked pawn. One of the best moves. Right on target. This steps away from the checking queen. This defends the attacked pawn. This evades the check from the queen. A solid choice. A very strong play. Pushing a passed pawn. That was a free pawn. Very precise. That pawn was free for the taking. This creates a pawn chain, linked pawns that form a strong structure. One of the best moves. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. This is the strongest option. This evades the check from the queen. This is not the right idea. The pawn reaches the back rank and promotes to a queen.